Hello, welcome to episode 5 of our Excel 2016 exam preparation series. In this episode, we'll quickly take a look at how to make rows visible, how to update the properties field of your workbook, how to set print area, how to use the AutoSum and concatenate functions. So we will take a look at our bike sales workbook. You are an administrative assistant for a retail store that sells bicycles. You have been tasked to modify a workbook to report the sales for the first quarter. So our first task is to configure the Q1 sales worksheet so rows 1 through 3 remain visible as you scroll vertically. So how do I do this? I go to my bike sales workbook. Then, since I want to make row 1 through 3 remain visible, I'll click on many of the cells, that is cell A4. Then I go to my view tab, because I want to see those rows visible as I scroll vertically. I come to freeze panes. I click on freeze panes here. So as I scroll through vertically, row 1 through 3 remains visible. So that solves our first task. Our second task is to add the subject equipment draft to the document properties. Equipment draft to the document properties. So where do I go to do this particular task? So I'll go to my file tab. So from my file tab, we have the info section, and I'm looking for subject where I can add the subject field where I can add equipment draft. So there's my subject field. So do well to explore the other options as well. And I'll type in equipment draft. So once I do that, the second task is solved. So I'll quickly move to the third task, which is requesting us to configure Excel to always print cell range A1 through F17 on the Q1 sales worksheet. A1 through F17 on the Q1 sales worksheet. So how do I go about this? So A1 through F17. So I'll need to quickly select my A1. So A1 through F17. So what it means is once I set the print area and I decide to print, you will not see row 18 and row 19. So since it's about printing a particular page, I'll go to page layout tab. Then I'll come and click on set print area. Set print area. So once I click, that particular task is solved. So once it's solved and I want to see the result, I go to file, I'll go to print. Then you'll see the set print area, what I did. So you don't see row 18 and row 19, which was the total Q1 sales row. So I'll quickly move to the next task, which is saying on Q1 sales worksheet, insert a function in cell B19 that calculates all sales from the total column. So where do I go? So I go to B19. So my B19 is to insert a function that will calculate the total. So if you've been using Excel for a very long time, you know that the function that we will be using here will be the sum function. So if you know your way around, you just type in it equal to, you open a bracket, SUM is equal to SUM, you open a bracket, then you put in your cell range. But if you are now learning, then let's go to the formulas tab. I'll come to insert function. So you need to have the B19 selected before you go to insert function. And I have my sum function here. So if it happens that it's not here, you can search for it. You click on go, it pops up. So I'll click on OK. Then it gives me the function argument. So I want to look at the total for F4 through to F17. Then I'll click on what? OK. So once I click on OK, I get my total. It's as simple as that. So my next task is to move to cell B4, not on the Q1 sales worksheet, but on the catalog worksheet. And we are to insert a function that joins the description to the style, separated by a hyphen. A description to a style, separated by a hyphen. So I go to my catalog, and we come to cell what? B4. And want a situation where we can join cross country separated by a space and a hyphen with what is in this particular cell. So the function to use for this particular task is the concatenate function. So I go to insert function, which is a test function. I'll click on concatenate here. If you don't find yours here, you can search for it. I'll click on OK, it pops up. So I'm looking at joining the description. So let's say D4, I click on it, then you see the result separated by a space and a hyphen and a space. Then I'll go to the next text string I want to join, which is the style. So once I click on it, this is the result. So I click on OK, and that solves this particular question. So if it happens that I'm supposed to do it for all the remaining cells, then I use the autofill handle. I do the left click, then I drag, then automatically that text function, which is the concatenate, is in effect here. So thank you very much for taking the time to go through our episode 5 of our Excel 2016 exam preparation series. If you want to know more about the Microsoft Office Specialist Program, please do to go to www.setipot.com/MOS. And if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can search for us by using FITTS Setipot. So I'll share the link with you on Facebook and on YouTube, where you can go and at least practice and be good at it before you sit for the Microsoft Office Specialist exam. Thank you for the time, and God bless.